Homebuyers pay top dollar for the right school catchment zones. Brisbane families are paying about $100,000 extra for homes to get their children into their preferred school catchment zones, industry analysts have found. Real estate agents have found demand for certain suburbs was at peak levels, including homes in West End, Mansfield, Sunnybank Hills, Mount Gravatt, Ascot, Indooroopilly, St Lucia, East Brisbane and Tarragindi. Jamal Naouri, of Places Estate Agents, said demand for Brisbane State High School was at a record level, with Mansfield State High 20 minutes from the CBD also at a peak, as well as schools such as Weller Hills and Sunnybank State High. "It's probably the highest I've seen for Brisbane as a whole," Mr. Naouri said of the level of interest. "People would be willing to pay $100,000 extra to secure property in the right catchment, especially where academic results are very high. There is absolutely no end in sight to this. They will always attract a lot of families and they are willing to pay a premium." Social researcher Mark McCrindle, of McCrindle Research, said the trend towards private education and the rising cost of living were seeing more parents willing to pay higher real estate costs to get their children into the right area. "With the cost of living pressures, we can see even schools with moderate fees can be $16,000 to $20,000 a year per student, and some are twice that. If someone has 3 children at an independent school, that's $60,000, or it can go into 6 figures a year," he said. "A lot of government schools with good teaching and behavioral levels are right up there with independent schools, so a lot of parents say we'll have to pay more on the house, but we'll save on private school fees. It does start to factor into house prices, and there is a price increase if you are in the right school catchment area." Place Estate Agents Chief Executive Damien Hackett said investors now use good school catchments as one of their hotspot predictors. "If you are in a school catchment zone, this is a strong draw card for buyers," he said. Financial planner Michael Kennedy said it made sense to secure his 5 school-age children in the Brisbane State High School catchment zone. "But," he said, "it took more than a year to find a house because of the high demand. We started by renting at $800 a week in the area, then waited patiently, attended many inspections until this house came up in December last year. We paid $1.8 million, he said. 2 of his children were already enrolled at BSHS, with a 3rd to start next year, the 4th in primary school and the 5th child in kindy. Mr. Kennedy said the money saved on school fees by moving into their preferred catchment area would benefit the family in the future. Just think of what you could do with those extra funds, put it into extracurricular, or use some of it to travel or get the kids overseas to Japan, Italy, and learn another language, he said.